Welcome to Tripodcast, episode 266. It's Monday, December 10th, and Dick Ollek says, "Don't be so stubborn." Continuing the theme of attitudes, Dick explores something that confounds a number of entrepreneurs, and that is the inability to listen to someone else. Dick offers some suggestions for how to get past this and move your organization forward. Let's listen in.
I've entitled this particular Tripodcast, "Don't Be So Stubborn." That's a good way to start a Tripodcast and get your audience engaged, isn't it? It's a good way to get people to get angry at the presenter right off the bat. But I wanted to talk about this because as you gain expertise and experience in this industry, you all of a sudden realize that you know a lot of stuff. Especially if you've joined BSCAI or ISSA or both, you're becoming an expert in this business, and frankly you need to, don't you, in order to better serve your customers and your prospects and to stay even or hopefully ahead of your competition. The industry is changing so rapidly that you have to always be learning, you have to be studying what's going on. You need to be involved in your professional trade association, and what I want to address here is a trap that many entrepreneurs fall into, and that is that as we begin our businesses and as we grow a little bit, we begin to think we know a lot, and we do. We think we know it all, and we begin doing all the talking and none of the listening. When our staff, tries to point something out on a particular subject, we kind of, but we're the expert, we're the leader here, so we fall into that habit of saying, yeah, but, and you may recall, I've done a whole Tripodcast on that in the past, yeah, but, or we tried it before and it didn't work. That sound familiar? Let me give you a couple examples on myself early in my career that taught me that it was more important for me to know where to find answers rather than to provide an incorrect one just to protect my ego or to project my ego, if you will. When propane buffers were first really introduced way back in the olden days, and we wanted to use them in retail stores, we were doing some retail stores at the time. And so we were fortunate enough at that time to be one of the companies that this manufacturer had picked to, kind of be the company that took their new products and used them and then gave them a report on how they were. So I took this propane buffer out to one of the retail stores that we were doing, and was going to show my employees how to, how we could really do this floor so nice. Well, I started it up, and the thing was really smoking, and one of my employees who was really quick, he said, I got a screwdriver here. I think I just adjust it a little bit, and it'll be okay. And I said, no, that's okay. It's a new machine, and it just has to smoke a little bit while it's warming up. Well, little did I know. But anyway, it did kind of quit, and so I started going down the aisle and started buffing the white tile in this retail store. And unfortunately for me, as I went by the ladies' ready-to-wear, there was a whole rack, several racks of ladies' ready-to-wear pantsuits. And just about as I got there, this thing started bellowing out black smoke. And I instantly made ladies ready-to-wear short suits out of them. And so anyway, I had to stop the machine, and I let that employee adjust the machine like he wanted to in the first place. But you know me, I had the answers. Well, unfortunately, I had to turn in quite an insurance claim on that. And when I talked to the insurance agent, he wanted to know who the idiot was that had decided he could do that. Well, I didn't appreciate his choice of words, but I had to explain to him I was the idiot that had done that. But I learned a lesson there that I didn't know everything, and maybe some of my employees who were a little better, a little handier with screwdrivers and carburetors and things like that, maybe I ought to listen to them a little bit. So that was lesson number one. Lesson number two is I was trying to demonstrate one time on how to properly spot clean carpet. And finally, one of my supervisors, who was also in attendance there, said, "Dick, just step aside, please. Let me show you how we do this." And Marie showed us how we do this. Well, I tried to work my way through that and say, well, I was just testing everybody to see if they knew exactly how to spot clean a carpet, and if I'd have just let Marie do it in the first place. So that was my lesson, two of my lessons on making sure that, my lessons on making sure that I don't know everything. And so, anyway, as you get more advanced in your company, don't think that you know it all. Rely on the people that you have. You see, the sooner you learn that lesson, the quicker you can move on to leading your company to greater success. It's not so much that you have to know everything. The answer is that the real thing is you need to know where to find the answers. And I learned my lessons, and maybe you've got a few lessons out there yourself. And if you do, get on. We have a reply section on the internet where you can reply with some comments, and maybe you can give me a couple of things that you did that I won't use your name, but maybe we can come back on at some point and talk about how other people have made mistakes like this entrepreneur did, who thought he knew it all because he had a few years in the business. So don't be so stubborn. You don't know it all. Admit it. Let those around you that do, let them take charge in the areas that they know more. Thanks for watching.
You've been listening to a Tripodcast, short video and audio presentation about important topics in our industry. If you're a current subscriber to the Tripodcast, thank you. We appreciate it. If you're not yet a subscriber, please check it out. It's free and it's easy. Come to www.tripodcast.com, enter your email address on the right-hand column, and click subscribe. We'll send you out a new Tripodcast every Monday morning.